My mother's name was Judith Charlotte Lang Schwimmer, and in 2007, at the age of 65, she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
The median overall survival for metastatic pancreatic cancer is 6 months. From kind of June 2007 until the end of her life, it was, it was basically just putting out fires. That's when the topic of hospice initially came up.
Hospice is a program that was initiated about 30 years ago through Medicare, and it provides families who are taking care of someone with a terminal disease a support system. So you have a hospice nurse who manages the case, and then you have a social worker who helps with emotional needs of the patient and the family. A chaplain helps with spiritual needs, and then there's also a home health aide that comes to the house that helps with personal needs.
We weren't part of like the full palliative care system, which we probably should have been, but we just logistically we couldn't.
We missed out on a little bit is that ability to focus all your attention solely on getting that quality time. She was very sick. She was in a tremendous amount of pain, and that's when Miss Rossler sort of reached out to us.
We happened to be fortunate enough to have a family friend who was a nurse at St. Barnabas in the hospice and palliative care center.
Maria was a longtime family friend of the Schwimmers, and she would kind of just come in and help them sort out their medications for Judith while she was undergoing treatments for her pancreatic cancer.
She didn't have to do it, but it was part of her DNA as a nurse and as a hospice worker. It was just part of who she was.
She's just an amazingly compassionate person, right? And so I think when someone like that is introduced into your life in such a trying time, you can't overestimate the impact that has on just your well-being.
When Judith Schwimmer passed away in 2007, Maria asked them about possibly starting this Bear Hugs program with us for hospice. Even though they hadn't used the hospice service, they understood the importance of it, and they believed in the type of care that was being provided in our community.
My brother got very involved in Barnabas. When he brought me the idea of the Bear Hugs program, it was a no-brainer.
Bear Hugs is a group of volunteers who are expert sewers, and they make memory bears out of the patient's clothing when they pass away if the family requests one.
Just such a great idea to something so small can be so powerful. And that's how I remembered my mom.
Because of the Schwimmer family who started this program with us in 2009, we've been able to make over 2,500 bears for community members.
Every year we have a dinner where all the women show up and we can thank them for all the work they do. Obviously it's all volunteer work.
They had been supporting the Bear Hugs program at that point for 8 years, and they wanted to do something in memory of their mom's 10-year anniversary of her death. So after a lot of discussion, we decided that the most meaningful way to honor her memory would be to support educational services for not only the community, but also for clinicians, so we can educate people in end-of-life care.
It's a way to carry on her legacy and her love of learning and teaching, and it's something she really would have supported and been behind, and something that, meant a lot to her as well in her last days.